right, ladies and gentlemen, in this video, I'm going to show you how to solve equations when you have variables on both sides of the equation. So when I look here, I notice that there's an x on the left and there's an x on the right. I also notice that there's some distributive property going on here. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to take care of that distributive property first. So I'm going to focus on the right-hand side of the equation. So I'm going to go ahead and do negative 8 times that positive 6. 6 times 8 is 48. And again, it's going to be a negative 48. And then I'm going to do negative 8 times positive 5x, because remember, you always include the sign that's in front. 8 times 5 is 40. And because we have a negative times a positive, that is going to give us a negative 40. And I need to make sure I include my x here. I'm then going to go ahead and bring down everything else. I'm going to bring down my equal sign, and I'm going to bring down that 3x minus 5. All right, so now that we've kind of simplified this a little bit more, we're going to need to combine our like terms, but we're only going to be able to do that by doing inverse operations because our variables are on other sides of, or opposite sides, I should say, of the equation sign or the equal sign. So because of that, I have to do some thinking here. If I wanted to get this 3x and move that over to the right-hand side, it's a positive 3x, so I would have to subtract 3x on both sides. That would end up making my variable negative. And I'm not too thrilled about that. So the other option I have is this negative 40x or this minus 40x. I would have to add 40x on both sides. And if I did that, then I would end up with a positive variable. So because of that, I'm going to stick with my positive variables because that's just what I like to deal with. So I'm going to do a plus 40x here. And whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. So plus 40x here. All right, so when I do that, my 40s cancel, and 3x plus 40x gives me 43x. Do not be afraid of that large number. We typically don't see them that big, but it's okay if you get them. All right, I'm going to bring everything else down. So I'm going to bring down my minus 5, my equals, and my negative 48. Okay, so now we have a two-step equation. With this two-step equation, our variable is x, and what's least attached to it is this minus 5. So to undo a minus 5, we're going to add 5, and whatever I do to one side, I have to do to the other. Now my 5s will cancel. I'm left with 43x equals, and negative 48 plus 5 is going to give me negative 43. Now I'm almost done. I just have a one-step equation. Attached to our x is a multiplication of 43. To undo a multiplication of 43, I'm going to divide by 43 by using that bar. And whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. My 43s are going to cancel. I'm left with x on the left. And negative 43 divided by positive 43 is going to give me a negative 1. So our answer is x is equal to negative 1.